Hey guys, this is Dan from DPS Breakdowns. Today we'll look at Russian Thai tactics from Evgeny Nedelko from Moldova. In both clips, Nedelko is going to combine a Russian Thai with an Uchimata to get around to the opponent's back and secure the takedown. Here's the first clip at full speed. We'll start first with the entry to the Russian Thai. So you can see initially the opponent's going to have wrist control here. Nedelko is going to bring his left hand and grab the opponent's left wrist. And so the next thing, Nedelko brings his right hand to the upper tricep of the opponent. So he's got wrist control with his left hand. He's got upper tricep control with his right hand. And this is known as a Russian Thai. It's a 2-on-1 variation. And so before we move on, just to give you guys a heads up of what Nedelko's strategy is here, he's looking to move from this wrist control with the left hand. He eventually wants to move that hand up to the elbow, and then even eventually up to the armpit here, replacing where the right arm is. So that is kind of a basis for where he's going here. That's the strategy. That's the goal. So you can see the opponent is going to actually strip this wrist control off. So he feels the pressure from the Russian Thai, the 2-on-1. He pulls that grip, but Nedelko is just going to transition up to the elbow. So we're not quite able to see it due to the angle here, unfortunately, but you can see where his hand is going, and it's at the opponent's elbow. So he went from the wrist, it got stripped, now he's going to the elbow. And at this point, we can't really see everything, but you can see how the opponent's arm is here. You can still see the upper tricep control with the right arm, and then the left arm is working its way up, the left hand here of Nedelko. And this next tactic is going to do a few things. So Nedelko is going to perform this kick, this Uchimata type technique here. So he kicks the opponent's near leg back. And so what this does, one thing that it does, is it creates this space between the opponent's left hip and the opponent's left elbow here. That's going to put the opponent in a weaker position, a more extended position, make it easier to dominate this arm, which is the goal. Another thing it does is simply off balances the opponent, which is always a good thing. And then lastly, for now, it's going to actually bait this leg attack here. So the opponent's going to see that leg in between his legs. He's going to grab it with his free hand. And what that does is it creates a diversion. The opponent's thinking about being offensive on the leg, but meanwhile his arm is getting pulled across his body and Nedelko's working his way around. So it's a nice little distraction. The opponent's not thinking anymore really about removing the upper body grips. He's more focused on attacking himself here, but he's going to have a tough time with his arm across his body like that. In any event, now we can see where that left hand is, right at the crook of the elbow here. And he's slowly working it up. So you can watch the left hand right here. Now it's close to the armpit, which is what he wants. The right arm is now somewhere else. It doesn't need to be here anymore because the left arm is accomplishing the goal here of beating, of controlling this space here. So you can see how the left arm's controlling. They're going to get into this position on the mat here. So Nedelko's in a great spot. The one thing he still needs to do, though, to secure the takedown is he needs to actually free his right leg, which when he performed that kick, it went between the opponent's legs. It's still there. So he's going to have to get that out of there to secure the takedown. So he's going to put some heavy pressure on the opponent's upper body. And then you can watch the knee here. He's going to start flaring it out and opening up the opponent's leg. And then eventually it's going to give him the avenue to swing that leg underneath here. Now he's behind. Now he gets the takedown. So just one more time here. I want you to really focus on Nedeljko's left hand. That's the key here. So the right hand is really important for maintaining this Russian tie in the beginning, but the left hand's the one that's going to eventually allow him to secure the takedown. It's going to slowly ladder its way up. So the opponent strips it. He's going to now go to the elbow. Here comes the kick. Gets that separation of hip and elbow. Gets the opponent in that extended position. Off balances him, and then also baits the leg. Opponent takes the leg. Meanwhile, Nedeljko's laddering up. At this point, his left hand is in the armpit. He's behind the opponent. Just needs to free his inside leg, which he does, and he's got the takedown. And here is the second clip. Similar technique here. You can see at this point, Nedeljko is going to hook the upper tricep with his right arm. And he's going right for this uchi right away. So he's splitting the legs, kicking here. You can see he doesn't have wrist control this time. So he just has the upper tricep with his right arm. The opponent has his wrist. So he doesn't even have the opponent's wrist in this case. Still gonna go for it. And yet again, you can see how the opponent's looking to attack the leg. So this diversion, this off balance and diversion tactic here. And then the key here is the handoff. So right here, it's the right hand on the tricep for the Russian tie. And he hands it off to the left. So that left hand is looking to ladder its way up to the armpit. Because the opponent's so focused on the leg, the opponent's in an off-balance position, Nedeljko's able to make that transition here. And then once he gets it, he's going to bring the hand up almost like a half Nelson. It puts his elbow on the opponent's elbow. He's able to flare that elbow up, put the opponent in a weak position. You can see it better from right here. And then he's able to, again, he has the leg stuck between the opponent due to the kick. No problem, he's just gonna swing the leg out here. Now he's behind. So similar to what we just saw, this one's a little quicker. He doesn't even actually get to the full Russian tie. He gets the upper part of it on the upper tricep, doesn't even get the wrist control. Kicks with the upper tricep control. Here's the handoff. Hands off to the left arm works its way up, grabs the back of the neck into this half Nelson type position. At this point, the opponent has nothing. He's gonna swing that inside leg out. He's got the takedown. So this one's on Kadzhiev, who ended up taking third, although later was disqualified due to a banned substance use found in a drug test. But nonetheless, this is a legit opponent used upon here. Both of these clips were in the World Championship, so really useful technique to look for in your training, especially if you already like the 2-on-1 or the Russian tie. That's it for this one. Hope you guys liked it, and let me know what you think in the comments below.